Well, I'm very honored to be introducing you to Elizabeth Echevarria. Elizabeth is the founder and CEO of Living in Liberty. So I learned and I've heard about your amazing organization that does such great work. But for those folks who are not familiar, could you give us an idea of what the mission is and how did this get started?
So we were founded in February of 2012 out of a passion that I had after learning about trafficking from when I was a women's ministry leader in a church that I attended in Virginia. I'm originally from the DC metro area. And I had a speaker come speak to us about trafficking, and she just was talking about how it was happening in India. And in fact, I tried to convince my husband to move to India, and he did that. He laughed. He did not feel called to move to India. So I started learning as much as I could. And then in 2008, we relocated here to Pittsburgh, and I learned that there were no aftercare services for victims of sex trafficking here in Pittsburgh, and so looked into what it would take to start an organization like that. And so we purchased a safe home, and from there that kind of springboarded and started the organization, filed for the 501c3, and then started providing services by having we started doing street outreach down in the streets of Pittsburgh, down in Homewood.
Okay. And then you've grown since then because there is a need in every community.
Absolutely. Right? Yes, we have drop-in centers in Homewood, up here in Butler, in New Kensington, in the North Side, in the Strip District, in all those areas. And a drop-in center is where women can come in and get a hot meal, they can do their laundry, they can take a shower, we give them personal care items, but really it's about building a relationship with them. So when they're ready to make the decision to exit, we can help them do that.
Sure. So that is just amazing and wonderful that you're able to do that for individuals. So if a woman comes into the drop-in center and starts learning that there are people that actually care for her and want to see her get out of that environment, right? Then they can then transition and to a program where they can actually stay.
Absolutely. So the safe home we have is a house where they can stay for a year to year and a half.
Okay.
It's not always a good fit for every woman in the street, so we walk along with women in different ways. But for the safe home, it's a 5-phase program that they stay, and they go through acclimation, where we get to know them, they get to know us. We start providing them with health care and counseling, help just building their lives outside of being trafficked. And it's a long process because they've experienced a lot of trauma.
Right. And I read too that in that process, that 5 phases that they go through, opportunities to learn more about how to better their lives through education. Do they need their GED? What kind of resources in the community can they tap into to help them? Right?
So there are a lot of resources that are available within the community. We partner with the Salvation Army. They help with GEDs and job training. We also have job training within our store called Repurposed, where in fact one of the women that is a manager in the store is one of the graduates of our home.
Oh, wonderful.
She started there as a volunteer, and we helped coach and train her.
Right. And the Repurposed store is located on McKnight Road in Ross Township.
Yes.
Okay. And it resells items that people donate?
Yes. So it sells men's, women's, children's, houseware, furniture, books. There's a short list of items that we don't sell, and we take donations Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 12 to 5.
Okay. And when did that store open?
That opened in 2013, in December.
2013. And from reading about a lot of the work that you do is with the assistance of volunteers. So I want to make sure that our audience knows if this is something that they feel called to do, to contact you to learn how they can donate their time to help, right?
Absolutely. So they can learn more about volunteering and all the opportunities if they go onto our website at livinginliberty.org, and there's a whole bunch of information, and they can fill out a form, and someone will reach out back to them.
Okay, perfect. Well, I know we're getting close on end of time, and we want to make sure that our audience knows they could also support Living in Liberty by supporting the upcoming golf outing in June.
Yes.
What is the date of that event?
So it is June 23rd. It's going to be hosted at Old Stonewall, and we're looking for golfers. We're looking for sponsors, hole sponsors. We're looking for if someone wants to donate a basket, or corporate sponsors as well. So there's many opportunities, and you can also find out more information about that on our website as well.
Right. How long have you been doing the golf outing?
This is our third year, so
Okay.
not that long. We're still, but it was a sellout last year, and we make it a lot of fun. In fact, we had longtime golfers come and say it's one of the best events they ever attended. So,
Oh, that's good. Good
Yes.
news. Good feedback.
Yes.
All right. So there's the golf outing too that you could support. Now I'm going to tell you, Elizabeth, I want you to come back and tell us more about the Tiny Homes Project, because that's on your list of what's coming up next.
Yes.
Do you want to briefly just tell us about that?
So after doing this for 11 years, we've learned a lot with the women in the home, and this new facility is going to help address the needs that we've learned were missing in our current home. And so we're excited about this new project. It's going to be a community building with 10 tiny homes around it. It's going to be in a rural location, so maybe out in Butler or even further out, or Westmoreland. We're looking at different options right now, but we're excited about this new project.
Yes, and I think it sounds like a wonderful opportunity to build a nice community.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth, and all your team, volunteers, everyone that is working to help others. Living in Liberty, please learn more about it, and thank you for listening. Thanks for watching this episode of the Butler Buzz. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all of Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, click on the subscribe button down here. Hey, I suggest you do both. See you next time.